Good morning, Matt. Greetings
Hi,
from
Bonnie.
Toronto. How are
Of
you
course.
today? How
Nice
are
to
you?
meet you. I'm great. I have a lot of family in Rochester, so they go to Toronto all the time.
Not far away at all. I mean, seriously, June Farms isn't really that farm. So, is not farm. Isn't that far from me? Isn't
That should be our new. That should be in our. I should do an advertisement with that.
you can pay me later. It's all good, my friend. Congratulations on the series. Now, listen, you are one busy dude. Like there is no question about it with what you've created with June Farms, everything that you do. You are a busy man, and stress is I can't even imagine already beyond for you. Now you've opened up your life and your farm and your everything to us in this series. Talk about stress to the 10th millionth. Like, what were you thinking?
I don't know. I wasn't thinking. I mean, the filming of the show was stressful, mainly just because you had cameras on you for like 3 months.
Exactly.
But it is weirdly something that after week one, it just ends up becoming this sort of background detail that really you really almost forget that it's there. I mean, I remember picking out my outfits for what the whole season was going to be like, and then after like the second week, I'm like, I can't do it, and I
Who
just went back
cares?
to my t-shirt and jeans and whatever. And production would be like, "There's stains all over your shirt." I'm like, "There's always stains on my shirt. I'm a farmer."
Well,
So it was,
exactly.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
interesting how like you can't keep up the pretense of like trying to keep it, uh, I don't know, not real for cameras. So I think you'll
Yeah.
see that. I think on the show that is going to be probably the biggest takeaway is that it will feel like a very real portrayal of what it's like from a behind the scenes from a wedding venue.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know,
Yeah. Because as I said, planning any wedding is a can be a nightmare.
it's a
From
lot.
every
Yeah, it's a
little
lot of
yeah,
time.
and
Yeah.
it- and to do it in your setting, which is absolutely stunning. Like,
Thank you.
oh my God. Like seriously, if I could go back 40 years, maybe I'd be giving you a call for sure. But I gotta say, my friend, like it's just yeah, it does give us a real sense of it. And you, of course, can never know what is going to happen. You plan this most stunning wedding, and let's say it rains that day or
I
whatever.
know.
How on earth
Yeah.
do you keep that, keep it together? Because I don't know if I could, honestly.
There's what's the other option?
Yeah,
You have to keep it together. And I think that is sort of the difficulty of it all. There could be there's an episode on the show where the weather is just so awful
mm,
that it just was a huge problem. And they were the sweetest couple, Carly and Chris. And I remember feeling bad for, I mean, I can try to control everything in my life, weather I can't control.
of
And
course.
it created such a challenge to the wedding that it's one of my favorite episodes. But I just try to do my best. And I
Yeah.
think the staff who I work with knows that. And even as difficult as I can be sometimes, I think they all know ultimately it's because I want to make everybody happy and give them the best wedding of their lives. I mean, so much time and money goes into planning a wedding that, there's just the pressure to deliver it perfectly is high.
Yes, yes, 100%. And also what we get from this and just learning about you and your staff, they're more than staff, Matt, they're family. Can you
Yeah.
talk about that? Because you hire people, obviously they have a job to do, you're paying them. But ultimately, when you're in this environment, from what I can feel, like it has to be more than just your staff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They
Yeah,
are I'm someone that really connects hard with people and they have worked with me for years. I love them all individually. It is always a problem with the way that I sort of, I don't know, the pressure that I put on myself to keep the farm going.
mm,
I think that pressure sometimes falls into the way that I communicate. And that's something I'm always trying to work on. Fortunately, they know me at this point. I think they know me over the years. I'm a big firm believer of like going back and apologizing and saying I crossed the line or they'll say I understand. But it is a dream working with these kids and adults who really do become like my family. I mean, I love them all to death. And I
mm.
hope that really comes through on the TV show.
Yeah, oh, 100% it does. And this experience, I mean, like I said, you're a restaurateur, you're a farmer, you're a TV personality, you've got your YouTube, you've got everything going. As I said earlier, you're such a busy, busy guy. But at the end of the day, Matt, I'm wondering, like, with this process from when you've just even started, so many years ago to now, What have you learned about yourself?
I've learned that, like, truth answer, I've learned that I need to keep moving. Otherwise, I get very depressed. I'm
Mm,
not someone that can like relax easily. Like, I'm probably a nightmare to go on vacations with. I need to keep busy and I need to be stimulated.
yeah.
So I've had, 15 bars and restaurants. I had a clothing line that was a huge failure. Um, I like the challenge of life. And I don't know. There's something about where I've sort of landed at the moment with the farm, where it's seasonally challenging. So many guests are coming there to stay in the cabins. The weddings are such an intense challenge. It just works with my brain. It feels like everything that I've done up to this point has almost like educated me to be able to like execute this farm properly.
Yeah.
Does that
And
make
and just
sense?
yeah, oh no, it totally makes sense. And I would
Yeah.
also think too, I have a son and daughter-in-law who are veterinarians and they've moved to Vermont and they have great careers out there and they bought a farm and now they have cows, sheep, chickens, like
Yeah.
everything just keeps
Nice.
growing and growing, it's lovely. And the one thing I get from that is me being a city girl and always have been, even though they are stressed and busy with what they're doing with their jobs and this farm, I just feel a sense of kind of I don't know, serenity. I don't know
I
the
know
word.
it's the animals, it's being outside. It's just, I feel like by nature as humans, we're supposed to be outside and be around, nature. And it's wonderful seeing guests show up to the farm who might seem a little cranky. And then you give them the tour and like have them meet all the animals and you give them a margarita and they're just like the happiest people on the planet.
Yeah, the
But
margarita helps.
you mentioned that your family are veterinarians.
Yeah,
What's funny was that I mean, I wasn't a farmer growing up. Like, I didn't, I mean, other than having like a dog, I didn't have any experience like taking care of any like large animals. And I
yeah.
remember when I got the cows and got the pigs, the vet, when I called them, said to me, Matt, you have to stop calling us. Because I was calling them like every other day, just being like, is this normal? Is this normal? Is this normal?
Right.
They're like, if they're pooping and they're eating, they're fine. So like it's been an interesting like learning curve of how to take care of these farm animals.
Yeah. And for sure, I can feel it. I know that for sure. And just lastly, just to wrap it up, where do you go from here? I mean, you have built such a beautiful business. And
I'm not going anywhere from here. My life is so nice. Like I was saying to my friend Tess earlier, I'm so grateful for this TV show and I hope it brings more people to the farm, like just to
yeah,
experience it. I hope we have more weddings booked. I hope more people come and stay in the cabins, obviously. But I couldn't imagine doing anything else in my life than being at that farm. So I will be there always. I mean, I don't think my life is going to change in any other way than it will be more conversations about the farm, which is
yeah.
good.
Oh, I would steer everybody to you because honestly, I think it would be worth the drive to or the flight or
Yeah, I
whatever
think
to
so.
go. Yeah, it's such a beautiful, one of these, maybe next summer I'll take a drive out and visit because honestly, it just looks stunning in the show. And
It
just
really is.
congratulations.
It's
Yeah,
weird. One of the sort of details that I had always hoped the farm would convey is that, I feel like part of the reason that I have a farm now is because like the children's books that took place on a farm were my
yes,
favorite ones growing up. And or when I was a kid, and I feel like when people come to the farm, they see the farm almost like a children's book because each part of the farm is a different animal in a very walkable way.
yeah.
And everything is all kind of old fashioned looking. So I think that really resonates with adults, especially when they come to a farm like that. It's sort of like I said, flips a switch of feeling like a child again.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
wonderful. Really, really wonderful. Well, congratulations on the series. It's so fun.
Thank you,
It's
Bonnie.
really fun to watch. And thank you for your time. And hopefully I get to meet you in person. I will come out to
Yeah.
the farm. I'm
Yeah.
going to
Please come
make it a
visit me.
goal. I
Please.
will.
I'll
I
be
will.
there.
Thank you so much for your time today. Take
You're
care.
welcome. My
Okay,
pleasure, Bonnie.
bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.